So one of Tectone's most recent videos, he's saying that Mtashed came back and crashed out immediately. The only problem with this is the only person that seems to have crashed out was Tectone himself. What's going on, guys? D-Cell here, and today, maybe a little bit of drama? If you're new around here, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as, you know, we have fun around here, do a little bit of Wuthering Waves, do some gacha reviews, things like that. Anyway, back to the video.
Boys, my infinite content farm is back. The man who is perpetually miserable but will swear up and down that he's not. Mtashed is back, and oh man, bro takes a shot at me in the first 30 seconds of his first video. I heard this dude went back to Path of Exile 2 or started playing PoE 2.
Speaking of the first 30 seconds, I think it's hilarious that Mtashed hasn't even started to talk yet. He hasn't even played the video, and he is already like pretty much crashing out on Mtashed here. Mtashed hasn't even spoken, and it's all over a 5-second clip. And don't get me wrong, Mtashed does take a jab at Tectone, especially if you know their history and like the crash out that Mtashed had over Hex Juice and how all that happened. It most definitely was a jab. It was pretty petty of Mtashed, but I don't know if it was deserving of this so far.
I got linked like an hour and a half VOD of this dude just ranting about my ass. And dude, I don't even know what the fuck I did to Mtashed just to get him so obsessed with me, but it's pretty insane. Well, maybe I do know. But anyways, let's watch this video. Apparently he had to go defend Gacha Smack, but yeah, I have a lot of things that I want to say about this. And oh man, I literally smiled balls and back, like full face grin when I saw that Mtashed is back and he immediately starts shit talking me.
We were like in a minute in again. Mtashed hasn't even spoken yet. He's okay.
It makes me so happy. Like legit, it makes me so happy.
So, I haven't made a video about gacha gaming for quite a while, and I took a little peek at some of the things going on in the community, and it was kind of wild. I saw all the voices.
I also find it crazy that Mtashed, who's this white
so he played 9 seconds in oh my god.
This white knight of the gacha space thinks of all people that he needs to.
All right, hold on. Let's skip forward and see how long it takes for him to actually play the video. He is just kind of crashing out hard pretty much right now. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the video, and Tectone has listened to 9 seconds of dialogue. If this isn't a crash out, then I think maybe we have different definitions of what a crash out is.
Acting stuff. I saw that there's global passives being added to HSR, and some people are even potentially quitting the game, like Gacha Smack. Even some content creators' friendships imploded. Who could have saw that coming?
He's such a petty bitch, bro.
So we made it 21 seconds into the video, and this is the clip I was talking about. This is the 5-second where he takes a jab, you know, that jab about losing friends. I mean, you're never going to convince me that wasn't for Tectone, that wasn't towards like Tectone and his friends. All right, so let's skip forward a little bit and see how long it takes for him to end this rant over that 5-second clip.
Welcome back, Mtashed, my boy. Welcome back.
Anyways, I think that it's very...
Okay, so it takes, he rants for like another 5 minutes on that clip. And don't get me wrong, look, I would be probably pretty bitter. This makes Tectone look pretty bitter. And I would be pretty bitter about it too. He probably feels betrayed, you know, over the whole situation, and he's probably angry about it. But so far, I would not say that Mtashed is the one crashing out here. I would say it's Tectone, to be honest.
Very interesting what is going on in the community. And once again, you see, as soon as someone voices their concerns or they potentially want to move away from a game, whether it's boredom or they just don't think the game is good, there's a lot of rallying behind calling that content creator trash or trying to dunk on them and try to bring them down. If someone leaves a job in the real world, they don't like that job, they go to another place. For the most part, there isn't I don't know what to call this, a horde of people chasing them around each day going, hey, remember when you left that job? Why did you do it? You suck.
Yeah, this is true, but primarily, like, if you quit your job in real life, like, nobody cares. Like, nobody cares.
I hated you. You know what I'm saying? It's such a weird thing to happen. But if Gacha Smack ends up leaving HSR because he's not a fan of these global passives, why does this stuff tend to happen? If I just scroll down here, I have to defend the guy a little bit because I saw his tweet and it's like, all I know is that it's time for you to...
That's a rage bait account, you fell for it. That's a rage bait account, and you fell for it. This is all that person does, is rage bait. And you fell.
All right, so I find this interjection here that he does, I find it to be odd because whether or not it's a rage bait account or whatever, it really doesn't detract away from Mtashed's point. Mtashed's point is that, you know, when you quit, when you do a game and that's your main content and you go to another game, you get haters. They just follow you. And this is true. So I don't understand like why he's jumping on. Like, again, it just kind of feels like Mtashed has really made Tectone angry and Tectone's kind of like lashing out. That's what it feels like to me so far. But yeah, take somebody like Asmongold, for example. When he quit playing World of Warcraft and he started playing Final Fantasy XIV, he got a lot of WoW fanboys going onto his stream oh, when you gonna stop playing this weeb game? You know, this game's stupid. You know, when you're gonna go back to playing WoW? You know, and just kind of hating on him. You know, and then when he stopped playing Final Fantasy 14 and started playing WoW again or some other game, you got a bunch of Final Fantasy 14 fanboys coming in and hating him. So this is a phenomenon that does happen in the content creation space, where you, like, when you quit something, you have somebody follow you and just kind of like hate on you. It's like a hate brigade. Let's go ahead and skip forward a little bit more.
Videos is crazy.
You know what this seems like, Mtashed? You know what this video seems like? This seems like you're mad because you fell off, and you see another person who is transitioning into another content creation area, and you want to pretend like you're a white knight and you're protecting Gotcha Smack, when in reality, you're so insecure about what happened to you that you had to make this video and you had to seem like you were the good guy. That's what I think. Just like when you wanted to act like you were the good guy with Enviosity and then you ruined his life. That wasn't me. That was not.
So it's 10 minutes into the video so far, and you know, not a whole lot has been said by Mtashed. And I gotta say, so far the video by Mtashed seems pretty measured. I would not call that a crash out. I think at this point Tectone's a little bit grasping at straws. I think he's grasping at straws here. I think he's projecting maybe a little bit. Like I said, it does feel like he's probably a little bitter, but that's okay. Hey, you have every right to be bitter. He has every right to be bitter about, you know, what happened and things like that. But just say, hey, this is me dunking on Mtashed for being a loser, for being a little bitch. You know what I mean? And definitely like a little bit of a rage bait going on with Tectone himself, because yeah, Mtashed definitely not crashing out in this video. All right, let's skip forward a little bit more into the video, because here's a part where I think Tectone actually makes a really solid point, a really good point.
I need 100,000 views, 200,000 views on every single video to make a living. But you don't. You don't need anywhere near that. And there's a lot of content creators that could honestly most likely go full time if they were getting 10 or even 15,000 views per video if they were consistently posting. If they were
lying.
Yeah, that's
and wrong.
misleading.
Complete boldface fucking lie. Simply not true. And let me tell you why. What he is saying is that these content creators will make enough to get by on scraps. But if you choose to get by on scraps for videos and make $10,000, $15,000 a year on that type of views, that type of money, you're fucking your life. You are fucking your life.
Yeah, see, Tectone is being he's being pretty abrasive here, but he's speaking the truth. Honestly. I'm gonna go a little bit further into the video, but and I'll get into more context about why what Mtashed is saying here is very misleading. But let's go a little bit further in.
Over. You're not getting transferable work experience. You're not building up your resume. You're not doing any of that shit. You are wasting your fucking life. Absolutely not. This is a dangerously inaccurate statement. It's crazy. Purely wrong.
Playing a game or covering a topic where they could post 1 or 2 videos every day, you don't actually need that many views to survive. I want to just kind of show that right now. So if I close out of this and I show you this, I made a really dumb 3-minute-long video dunking on Elon playing Path of Exile. All right. And, you know, it was a bad video overall. I don't show any footage. It's just me ranting, you know, a little bit to the camera. And this video, with 62,000 views, made $162. This is a 3-minute-long video. This took me 3 minutes and 14 seconds to get it uploaded and posted. It took no effort. And in 3 minutes, I made $162. So if you can jump on a topic that is popular, if you can get some decent views, the amount of money you can make for the time investment is insane.
Yeah, guys, just talk about the popular topics always forever. Every video will do good, and every 3-minute video you make will make $160. Yeah, just talk about.
Okay, so yeah, this is where I want to add some context of my own. This is very misleading from Mtashed on how YouTube and how the ad revenue and how it generates views and stuff like that. So for full context, you know, I've been making content probably for like 5 or 6 years. And about 2 years ago, I quit making content altogether. I quit making YouTube videos. I quit making, you know, doing Twitch streams and stuff like that. And the reason for that is because, well, while yes, I was making money, I was monetized on both things. And, you know, I was affiliate and whatever, not very big on Twitch, let's be honest, but you know, or YouTube, let's be real. But I was monetized and you know, I was making money. But the reality was it was better for me to quit and focus on my real life career and get my finances sorted. And when I got my finances sorted and all that and make quite a bit more money now, you know, on my actual career, now I can come back and I can use YouTube as a secondary source of income or, you know, a hobby, that sort of thing. And that's the best way to approach it. Tectone is 100% right here. So let's look at my own analytics so I can show you exactly why what Mtashed is saying is really misleading a lot of people into how this works. Now, here's a video that I made back in 2022, a counterside video, like a beginner's guide that got around 30,000 views. It did pretty well. Now, and the revenue chart is not here because again, I'm still not monetized yet because I do this as a hobby. But I did make money on this video, you know, back in the day. You just can't see it until my monetization gets unpaused. But that doesn't matter because that's not the point I'm trying to make here. The point I'm trying to make is how the views work, and views is how you generate ad revenue anyway. So if you look here on my first 10 days, I only got 6,260 views on this video. And on the first 30 days, I made 9,585 views. So here's the thing about that. So that first month, I probably made around $35, $40, somewhere around that. And if you watch Mtashed's views, you would think that you got all 160 dollars right off rip. But that's just not how YouTube works. Unless you're getting a lot of views per video, the money that you get per video is literally just trickling in a little bit at a time. At $10 here, $20 there, because it spikes up and you get like, say, 10, 20, 30,000 views if you're lucky, and then it levels off. Okay, that's if you're lucky. But if you're like a normal channel, you're going to get like 4,000 or 5,000 views, and it's going to just kind of keep steadily ramping up. And then next month you get like $10, and the next month after that you get like $8, and the next month after that you get like $6, and so on and so forth. So it's a very misleading thing to think that you're just going to continue to crank out, videos that every time you get 30, 40, 50, 60,000 views on, just doing random content or whatever. This is really misleading. And I do think it's a little dangerous to tell people, that young, impressionable people, hey, it's so easy to make money on YouTube, and it's just not. I think over the course of my first year that I got monetized on YouTube, back in, I think it was 2021. I think I made like maybe $2,000 or $3,000 that whole year, like the entire year. That's all I made. So it really wasn't that a lot. You really do need to generate revenue, get sponsors. There's a lot that goes on to it, and having Mtashed just really gloss over it. Not even gloss over it, really. He literally just completely ignores how YouTube generates views and how those views generate revenue. And I think that's pretty dangerous. So yeah, Tectone might be crashing out just a little bit here, but he's 100% right. Like, yeah, you might not like the way he says it, but he is 100% right. All right, and then we're going to skip a little bit further into the video for the last thing that I kind of want to go over, because I don't want this to just be like a long reaction video or whatever. I did find this video pretty entertaining, to be honest. But here's another point that Tectone made that I thought was pretty good.
I understand when someone says, I don't like this thing, it feels as a fan that maybe I'm calling you dumb. If I say, this character sucks, but you want that character, I can understand it comes off as me calling you dumb for...
This isn't even about Gotcha Smack, bro! This isn't even about Gotcha Smack! This is about your ass, bro! Everybody can tell. Bro, look at the title of your video.
Yes.
Bro, what is this? Bro came back just to crash out immediately.
Yes. Or you are making...
What I think is going on here, and I think he does make up a pretty decent point here, is this video does feel like a little bit that Mtashed is living a little vicariously through Gotcha Smack here. He's using Gotcha Smack as a vehicle to kind of vent and talk about himself. Now, I don't know if I would call this a crash out, but I do think that this is a little bit of what's going on here. He's kind of using Gotcha Smack as an avenue to vent his own personal feelings towards Tectone and towards the Gotcha community as a whole. So I do think Tectone's kind of right on the money here. But hey, look, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I'm not going to really go on any further because really a lot of the video, and probably the entire video, just feels like Tectone is dunking on Mtashed. And hey, it's probably deserved. There's a lot of bad blood between the two, and I can't say that I don't really get it. I do get it. If somebody came between me and my friends and came between that relationship that we had, I would be pissed too. I would be angry too. I grew up a little rough, and me and my friends, we talk back and forth, a little rough. So if somebody caught the conversations that we had between each other and just tried to use that as some kind of gotcha against me, that would piss me off to no end. So I do get where Tectone's coming here, and he does make some solid points, but I do feel like this is kind of just Tectone raging against Mtashed, and that's a shame because honestly, and I'm not afraid to admit this, but I generally do like Tectone's content, and to see him kind of crash out over 20 seconds of Mtashed's voice is it's kind of sad to see. But hey, while you're here, thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about this whole thing, between Mtashed and Tectone, and the video that Mtashed made and the video that, Tectone made reacting to it. Which one crashed out? Did Mtashed crash out? You know, is Mtashed some super genius? Look, is Tectone right? You know, hey, Tectone might be right that Mtashed is some crazy evil genius who's using these subversive layers, and you know, he's playing 4D chess. Or, you know, maybe Mtashed is just a little dumb and oblivious. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Which one's crashing out here? Hey, and if you like that content and want to see more, maybe check this video out over here where I go over my first thoughts on Woo-Wah and my follow-up video to it on right over here. And as always, guys, be safe out there, gamers, and I'll see you in the next one.